Good morning. You join me today in Glastonbury because I'm about to hop on a bus to Wells. And when I get to Wells, I'm going to go somewhere else. Wonder where that'll be. Today I'm going to Wells because I'm going to catch the bus to Bath. I've got something to do over in Bath, so I thought it'd be nice to have a look at what the bus ride over there is like and maybe check out some of the places we visit on the way past. Let's go. So having now left Wells, the first place we come to is Dinder. Dinder is famous for its legend of the Dragon of Dinder. This legend goes back centuries. The story goes that the then Bishop Jocelyn was called upon to save the village. He rode out with his men at arms, but at the last minute he told them to stay back and he went in and beheaded it himself. The legend says that should this tradition be forgotten and the slaying not reenacted by a left-handed man of the cloth, the dragon may return. Next, we enter Croscombe. Croscombe was first recorded in 706. Croscombe emerged in the 16th and 17th centuries with a boom in the wool trade, and the River Sheppey that runs through here powered at least 3 mills. In August 1861, the way wardens decided that the village cross was a hindrance to the public way, and they tried to have it removed. The villagers didn't like this, and so when the workmen turned up to remove it, they ran them out of town. As we leave Croscombe, the road follows the winding course of the River Sheppey with tight curves, and as you can see on the right here, one car didn't make it. And here we are entering Shepton Mallet. On the right can be seen the Anglo Trading Estate, which used to be the Anglo-Bavarian Brewery. Built in 1864, it's also claimed to be one of the first lager breweries in the UK. Sadly, this Grade 2 listed building is in severe danger and is listed amongst the 10 most endangered buildings in the country. Shepton is also the home of Babycham. Babycham, invented by the Showering brothers, is a famous drink here in England, famous for being the first drink aimed at women and also the first alcoholic drink to be advertised on British television and only the second advert to be played. Here we're approaching Bath Road Viaduct. It has 6 arches with a 50-foot span and was the highest viaduct on the Somerset and Dorset Railway, and it measures 62 feet from the top of the arch over the road. Due largely to lack of maintenance and heavy use in World War II, it partly collapsed in a storm in 1946, but was repaired with concrete 5 months later. You can see evidence of this as we pass through. We've now arrived at Stratton-on-the-Foss, which straddles the Foss Way, the Roman road from Lincoln to Exeter, and was also the first of our coal mining communities we'll pass through today. Stratton is also the home of Downside Abbey, which I hopefully will visit in the summer. And here we are arriving in Midsummer Norton. On the left as we enter, you will see Midsummer Norton Station, which is now the home of the Somerset and Dorset Railway Heritage Trust. They run a line approximately a mile long from here and operate it with steam trains. There's a bookshop, there's catering facilities, and they tell the story of the Somerset and Dorset line as it was here in the early 50s when it was part of the southern region, and it's really worth a visit. Let's continue down the hill into Midsummer Town Centre. On the left there, between the road and the shops, you can see the River Somer, which runs through the middle of the town here. Midsummer Norton was in the centre of the Somerset coalfields. With the coming of rails in 1874 and the ease of exporting coal from the area, the town became a very important industrial hub. However, by 1966, Norton Hill, the last pit in the town, closed and mining left forever. And so on to Radstock. Settlement in Radstock dates from the Iron Age. The town grew to early prominence due to its location on the Fosse Way. However, it was as the centre of the Somerset coalfields that its importance grew. Very thin seams, however, together with the geology of the area and the lack of workforce, meant the early demise of this industry. At the beginning of the 20th century there were 39 pits in the area, but by the mid-30s this had reduced to 14. There were 12 at nationalisation when the National Coal Board was created in 1947. There were only 5 in 1959 and none after 1973. The last 2 being to close were Kilmersdon and Rislington in September of that year. The story is told here in full at Radstock Museum, where I'll be returning later in the year. As most of the towns around here are based on a river, they're at ground level, so getting into them means going down a hill, and getting out of them means climbing up a hill. And some of those hills go on and on and on and on and on until finally you reach the top. And at the top of that hill we find Peasdown St John, or Peasdown as it's known locally. A relatively new village, it was developed in the 1800s to house and furnish the needs of the mining community, which was rapidly expanding in the area. Since the closure of mines in the 70s, however, it's become a dormitory town to Bath and to a certain extent Bristol. Next stop, Bath. Let's just sit back and enjoy the journey for a bit. Bath is close, there are the park and ride signs. And this is us entering the outskirts of Bath. Remember I said you go up a hill to get out of a town and down a hill to enter a town around here? Well, Bath takes this to new limits. You go down, and then you go down, and then you go down, and then you go down, and down, and down a bit more, and some more down, and then you keep going down, and going down some more, until it looks like you've reached the bottom. But wait! There's even more going down to do. And even more. Until eventually, after some more down, you arrive by the railway line in Bath. And here we are, finally in the city of Bath itself. Note the gorgeous brickwork there of Brunel's railway line as it enters Bath Spa Station. And the modern building you can see there on the right is our destination, Bath Bus Station. And so after a journey of 20 miles that lasted just short of an hour and a half, here we are arriving in Bath Bus Station, and as all these buses always do, we go to stand number 4. See you on the way back. Well, I've done what I needed to do in Bath. I'm back at the bus station, as you can see behind me. Let's go jump on the bus. Oh, we found it. There it is. Ready to go. You haven't missed it. Christ. And so here we are, heading off back to Wales again. Remember all that going down on the way in? Well, what goes down has to go back up again. So here we go on the climb out of Wales. Look at that brave soul on the bike. Woohoo! Well, we made it safely back to Wales, and here I am on the 77 back to Glastonbury. Thank you.
Hi mate.
Hi, how you doing?
Good to see you.
Yeah, and you? Well, I hope you enjoyed that bus review there. I'm back in Glastonbury now, heading back home. It was a good trip to Bath and back. I had to go because of another video that we're making. More on that in the description below. But yes, it was a good service. It got me there and back, and it was pretty cheap. So all in all, a good way to have a day out in Bath if you live in Glastonbury or anywhere between here and Bath. So I'll say goodbye for now, and I'll see you on the next one, wherever that may be. And until then, have fun, travel well. Bye bye.